joined by none other than Thyro Alfaro, one of the geniuses behind so many songs, wrote commercial jingles, songwriting for other artists, big name artists, Elements, Philpop, you name it. Gusto namin malaman dito sa Creative Pickings, how did you start with the world of songwriting?
Okay, if you're gonna ask me how did I start per se, I would say I started by modifying existing songs when I was in high school.
Meaning?
I used to make fun of songs. I mean, take songs and change lyrics.
Okay.
Just like how Michael V does it. The Bubble Gang stuff. I used to make parodies,
Gang,
and then I was like, if I can make parodies, I can probably make original songs, because I could fit words into, it would sound exactly not exactly. It would sound like the original, but in a funny manner. So that made me believe that, hey, I could probably write real songs.
Okay.
So
when did you start? So you started doing parodies as a kid, then you started. When did you? Do you still remember when you first wrote your first song?
my first song was 10 years old.
10 years old, man.
It was nonsense. I remember what it's
you
called.
so much.
No,
You are the flower of
I
our
remember what it's called. It's called The Drum Roll.
The drum roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And if I remember correctly,
the drum roll. What's that?
Ang lyrics niya is, everybody's waiting for the drum roll. Something like that.
Wow.
I envisioned it as a theatrical thing. And then I remember when I was 10, I made a song called The Inspiration.
Wow.
And nonsense then. You're the inspiration, the imitation, perspiration. Lahat ng may show. I just put
Imagination.
Imagination. Yun, ganun yung lyrics niya. But, you know, at the age of 10, I had that urge to create stuff. And then came high school. And then I realized I could write songs for real when I wrote our graduation song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Graduation song, Meron
Yeah,
palang
the school.
ganun.
Yeah, normally the school would pick out an existing song.
Yeah, like a hymn or something.
Yeah,
Right? Parang ganun.
or it's usually some Beatles song like some
Let It Be,
Imagine,
or,
Let It Be,
Imagine, yeah.
and then the teachers decided, hey, why don't you write our graduation song? So, I did that, and
Kamusta
then
naman? Was it actually a good song? Did people like it?
I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
I don't
Do you remember
remember-
people's reactions? Like, Tyrone, galing, magsulat ka pa.
Well,
like, did that encourage you?
I remember classmates saying that it was a hassle for them to have to study
To learn
a new
music.
song.
Right, because the whole class had to learn it, right?
Yeah. And then after that, I started writing songs for real in college na. I used it to get chicks.
Yeah, man. You'd write personalized songs for the ladies.
But it started to get real serious when I was in fourth year college. Okay, so weird story. I joined this. We had this parang foundation day in school, and there's like a karaoke contest,
Okay.
and the prize was 1,500.
Boom.
And not everyone in the school knew that I sang. So I told my mga tropa, sabi ko, hey, you want to drink tonight? You want me to win that 1,500 for us, and then we'll use it to drink at 16-11.
Ang inuman na.
So okay, sige. And then I joined. I entered. If ever you're in my arms again.
Yes, People Bryson.
People Bryson. And then, needless to say, I won that thing. But then
Gulat sila.
the reason this is connected is there's a rap group in school. They approached me and said, hey, you want to sing our hooks? And then sabi ko, sure. So ayun, we started recording.
And you were writing the hooks.
Yeah, I was writing the hooks.
Nice.
And with their influence then, I started to write rap na din. I started to be indulged in hip hop.
Galing.
And then that improved my lyricism and all. And then because I was recording a lot and I was writing a lot, I was missing subjects. I was cutting
in
classes.
School, I was skipping, man.
Yeah, I was skipping classes.
Sobra na sa music.
So, that final semester in school, I failed one subject due to absences. Yeah. So, okay.
Ano?
I couldn't graduate. So, tenga ako sa bahay. I was waiting for October. I was aiming to be an Octoberian. Because if you don't graduate in March, you can take the class in October and finish by October.
Mm-hmm.
So, tenga ako sa bahay hanggang October. And then that's when I fiddled with the laptop. That's when I really, indulged myself, immersed myself into production, music production, and also songwriting.
Nice.
And then, little did I know it, I did not enroll October. And then, I was actually making this my living na. So,
what did your parents think, man? Like, hindi ko ba magtatapos
of course they wanted me to. They wanted me to finish school.
Yeah.
But I was actually busy in the studio. So, yeah, I had
hindi lang sa bahay, not just on your laptop. You're actually in a physical studio.
Yeah, like I was involved in a group, Flip Music, before.
Yeah.
So I started with them being an all-around studio guy, recording,
so
editing.
Engineer, hook singer, like a songwriter.
Yeah, all-around guy.
Lahat nga.
And then I needed something to because it during that time I couldn't be paid well, so I had to support myself with another job, and then it just started to snowball into I'm doing it full time na. Parang ganun. Started with, sige, trip lang, gawa. And then, after a while, I'm doing this full time na. This is actually how I get paid na.
Do you still remember the time when you got paid and then you realized, wow, pwede pala to?
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
Kasi at first, parang nag-enjoy ka lang, di ba? Parang ito yung dapat kong gawin.
Yeah.
When did you get paid, or when did you get that first project na parang, kaya to, damn?
Well, that specific moment, hindi. I can't remember because ayun nga, parang dahan-dahan siya eh. You started to get paid and then ano. But what I can remember is the time that I realized na, hey, I could write, like I could write not only for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this project for now defunct band boy group called Chickser. Chickser. Yeah. So the label asked us na, hey, you probably have a cheesy song there na we're gonna present it to a telephone company, so it has to be, the title has to be Hello, I Love You.
Wow.
Okay. So, yun.
Really young.
Yeah. So when I wrote that, immediately got accepted, and
wow.
I said to myself, hey, I can really do this,
Oh.
And then a few more songs after that, Ikot Ikot, Tayo, Sarah G, and then Philpop came. That was 2013 with Dati. After Dati, it was just like Dati opened so many doors. After Dati, it was like, hey, Thyro, could you write me this? Hey, Thyro, could you write me that?
No.
Yeah.
Siyempre, you ended up winning the competition. Pero prior to that, bro, sorry if I backtrack a little bit. Kasi alam ko kayo ni Yumi, you guys ended up releasing a song on radio.
Oh, yeah.
Kinuwento sa akin to because I worked in radio for a while.
Yeah.
Kinuwento sa akin to na kala ng mga tao, ano kayo, international actor?
Yeah.
Sino tong si Thyro and Yumi, galing nila, blah, blah, blah. Can you guys play? And it was actually required. But anyway, tell the story.
Okay, so Kiss Never Let Me Go was the title.
Yeah.
Is the title. Ano lang yun? It's as simple as, when I was still with my rap group, we attended this music awards by a radio station, Urban Music Awards. And then we got invited there. I don't know why. Pero we got invited, and Yumi was there as well.
Yeah.
And ayun, yung mga friends namin were nominated, some of them won, and we were like, someday I'm gonna win awards like that. Yeah. And then Yumi was thinking the same way pala.
Boom.
And then when we agreed, hey, you know what? Let's make a song together.
Yeah,
Let's try to to get an award, or let's just try
those
to
guys.
no, let's just try to get ourselves on the radio, because you don't have a song on the radio yet. I don't have a song on the radio yet. Let's try to make something 90s feel. Ganito, ganyan. I'll start on it, sabi ko. I'll start on it, and then fiddled with my laptop, recorded the demo, sent it to her. She was then still working in a call center, and then during her break, I guess, or pag uwi niya, she wrote her part and then sent it to me. We constructed the demo and then brought it to the studio. It was arranged, and then my dad knew someone from Wave, si Sir Gary Kawili at the time. I think he was the station manager at the time. So my dad did a little, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you play my son's song? And then, yeah, in a matter of a few weeks,
bigla
siya nag-number one eh. Because initially, because
Crazy,
people thought that it was an international track.
Yes.
And people were asking, actually, ganito yun. Even some of the DJs didn't know.
Yeah.
So, that time, lagi ako nakasubaybay sa live streaming nila. Because inaabangan ko kung anong number na eh. Yeah. Or kung nagpi-play yung song eh. Nung nag-number 6 yata, nag-chat ako, hey, thank you for playing our song. And then the DJ announced it, si DJ Janice yun, I think, announced it on air na, hey, I'm actually chatting the guy who sang this song. And then I said, hey, could you invite us over? We're going to get... And I think she did not believe we were Filipino that time. So, yeah, we went to the studio.
Tapos mga dalawang Pinoy yung pumasok. Parang, the hell is this?
Yeah. No, the other DJ knew because he's in the scene. Kumbaga, he's also rapper Nathan J. So, ayun.
Nice.
So, it was that tandem, Janice and Nathan J, that really played it a lot. And then...
Malaking tulong yan because it's about getting your name out. But like you said earlier, Philpop was able to open a lot more doors after Dati, you know? Yeah. Paano ka because bro, you went from writing for artists into this today, which is jingle writing. You still write for artists, pero jingle writing, paano ka napadpad dun?
That's my main thing now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, before, I was writing songs for artists full time and then doing jingles as a racket. Because opportunities like jingle writing didn't come as often. So it will only come like let's say both my parents are in advertising. If they have projects or something that needed music, I would step in. Like especially my dad, he's in activations before. If they need a song for like let's say an event, he would go to me, hey, make me ganto ganyan. So those were the only times that I'm able to make songs for advertising. And then medyo dumami siya over in a span of like let's say 2 years. Medyo dumami-dami siya. Like I was doing let's say 3 jingles a year.
Wow. 3 lang.
yeah, 3 jingles a year.
Imagine now, bro.
And then now, what happened to me was I have a friend, si Young JV. Do you know Young JV?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
He had a recording in Loudbox, pero dun pa sa old studio. He had a recording there. And then sabi niya, Thyro, can you join me? Sabi ko, why? I'm not involved in any way dun sa song. Why would I join you? Sabi niya, I just need someone who I can consult with because I'm not really confident recording by myself. I trust your taste. So could you
producer
Yeah, parang ganun, pero personal vocal producer in the studio. Okay. And then I met the boss, Alan Feliciano. And then he showed me around. And then I asked a bunch of questions like, so paano, what's the process? Like, does the agency come here? I was asking a lot of questions because I was trying to figure out this place is doing it right. So what are they doing right?
Yeah.
And then he went like, wait, do you want to work here?
Na-feel na niya.
Do you want to work here? Sabi ko, yeah, if given the chance. And he was like, could you come at this date after basta he gave a date. Could you come at this date? I'll give you one project and we'll see from there. And then I remember that day. That's the day after my birthday.
Wow.
So that's
memorable.
Probably September. I don't know. That's before pa pala. Before my birthday pa pala. So I had one project and then felt had a feel of things pala. So I had a feel of things.
Pero marunong ka na mag-engineer, marunong ka na sa recording.
Not the same software as Loudbox at the time.
No?
So it's different. So kumbaga parang it's a different language.
Yeah.
So I was paired with Gino Cruz with my first project. So what I did was I just wrote the jingle. I added melody to the lyrics, and then he arranged. And then yun, after that, sabi na ni Alan na, hey, do you want to meet with me for a possible more regular thing? Okay. And then I remember my first day here was the day after my birthday.
Yeah.
So that's why I remember that day. That was my first day. I was supposed to be in training for like a few months, but then one of the guys went on a long absence, went a long leave. So I was like, hey, they were like, hey, you need to learn fast. You need to take over some of the projects.
Yeah.
We are undermanned. So yun. I guess the real training came from like the real stuff.
Survival, man.
Yeah, like so yeah, I think I learned the software in a matter of few weeks or a little less than a month.
Kailangan.
So you really had to I really had to before.
Man.
So ayun. So
take us through the process. Kasi syempre kaiba siya when you're working with an artist and writing a song for them. It's all you. But when you work with clients for jingles, they give you sort of like pegs.
Yeah.
Tapos you have to write. Like how do you do that?
Actually, ano siya writing for advertising is far different from writing commercially released songs. Because siguro parang ganito. If you're writing for artists, they're like you're like a chef who gives your signature dish.
Okay.
But for advertising, it's more like you're a cook that follows a certain style or taste. Like let's say for artists, hey, give us something beef. Okay, so here's a beef stroganoff smothered with ganto ganyan. And with advertising, it's like, hey, give us a beef stroganoff, your best version of beef stroganoff. So it's ganun lang siya. It's more specific.
Tama. I like
Actually,
that.
ang ano ko din is writing for artists is more free. Kumbaga parang you could go this way, you could do it that way. For advertising, you're more of like a problem solver. Yeah, actually.
So, akala ko sabihin mo we're more caged, but it's
No,
problem solving.
No, it's more problem solving.
Yeah.
Within constraints. Parang within a certain lang, because like for example you only have 30 seconds. Okay, like let's say you have 30 seconds pero we need to feel it. There's a build up and there's a climax and then there's a resolution in 30 seconons. So that's your problem to solve. So here we're like more of problem solvers, and then clients will come with revisions. Revisions like we're not feeling it yet. So that's a problem that you have to solve. You don't get that with artists na, I mean, like they would give revisions pero medyo mas ano na, parang mas konti and mas parang more of tweaking. Advertising, you could go as simple as tweaking to as extravagant as making a new thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so revisions could be like that.
It's so hard, man. Like I imagine it because I've done VOs for different commercials, and like what you guys do. Where do you draw your inspiration when you create something? Like, are you constantly watching commercials? Are you doing your research? Or how do you do research if you do any?
Well, research. I don't know. Parang every project has parang the client has something in mind, pero ikaw you have to execute it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to getting inspired, You don't. Parang, you're always, yung parang you're a service provider.
Okay.
So
go lang.
it's not like I don't feel like writing a jingle today.
Yeah.
Can't do that. You have to be like, okay, what's the peg? Oh, the peg is Katy Perry. They need something Katy Perry sound. They need something upbeat. So actually, the inspiration is provided na to you.
Right.
Most of the time. And then once you get used to it, you rarely have those times na I don't feel like making it today. No, as you go along, you will learn to suppress that emotion. Like, no, I have to do it now.
You just go. But you still have to know a certain amount of music. Like, someone says,
of course. Yeah.
I want to do a Katy Perry kind of song. Kailangan alam mo si Katy Perry.
Yeah. Yes, you would
research,
now
I
have
guess.
to listen to her. And actually, when making jingles, you try to put yourself in the shoes of the writer of the song. Well, kunyari sabihin nila, we want something Taylor Swift love song. Yung parang yung lumang song ni Love Story pala. Love Story ni Taylor Swift. You'd have to put yourself inside of Taylor Swift's mind. Parang ganun. How did she think of it? Kasi
sinulat niya.
it can't sound like you because they're looking for something that sounds like Katy Perry or Taylor Swift or whoever artist. It can't sound like a Thyro Alfaro track. So yun, siguro kung research, you have to do that. Yung parang, what if I were Max Martin? What would I do? Parang gano'n.
So parang kayong actor, like you really go inside
like a
their
method
brain.
actor.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it's called, method acting. Method songwriting.
Yeah, method songwriting.
Wow. Paano mo na ano yung, like, I'm trying to think, like, how do you go back to who, Thyro Alfaro is when you write stuff for yourself? Or are you always this kind of chameleon na kaya mo lang talaga pumasok sa lahat?
You know what? No one has asked me that. But now that I think of it, because I have a certain preference with my music, so parang siguro I would imagine it like I'm a client of myself. Parang ganun. So if I'm making stuff, actually, now that I think of it, because you asked, parang ganun nga siya. Like, let's say, if I write for myself or for me and Yumi, iba yung mindset. If we write for Sarah G, iba yung mindset. If we write for James Reid, iba yung mindset. Kumbaga parang you're wearing different hats.
Different hats on the time.
Yeah, like, whenever we write for Sarah G, we're more serious. We're more serious. Whenever we write for others, we're more relaxed. We're more light with our stuff. So ayun, siguro parang ganun din. Putting ourselves inside of the mind of different versions of ourselves. Parang ganun.
Sobrang hindi lang tripolar, quadpolar.
Split
personalities.
James McAvoy. I laugh in 23 personalities.
Holy! Pero hey, at least lumalabas siya in music di ba? So it's very positive.
Pero people notice na paggawa namin people notice and siguro no matter how much you put yourself inside of someone else's mind, your true roots will come out there.
Yeah.
Because I believe that your taste and the way you would write a melody will be influenced always by the stuff that you've already heard before. Like, if you love listening to 90s R&B, no matter how rock you make your melody, there will be a 90s R&B somewhere.
Lalabas pa rin.
Yeah.
That's probably what you love listening to.
Yeah,
most,
that's
right?
subconscious.
Yeah, 90s R&B music.
Unless you really like copy, like di naman copy like exact
But
copy.
you take the melody lines.
Yeah.
Pero syempre, wala nang originality.
Yeah.
Originality is inspiration from everything you've absorbed. Meron kang pinost natin, which I think would be interesting for people to hear about artists nowadays. they can't just be songwriters. They
Oh, yeah.
can't just be engineers. Parang kailangan well-rounded ka. Masasabi kong nandun ka eh. So what do you have to say about that? Because I think that's pretty good advice for
Okay.
people.
The reason behind that post, well, I don't want to say the specific reason, but let's just say,
No names, bro.
let's just say, na if you're a songwriter lang, well, not to lang all songwriters, pero if that's your only thing, you won't be able to survive.
And I
Really.
don't think it's wrong, man. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone should be offended because we're in a different generation,
Yeah.
right? Because before, diba?
Yeah, before
Napag-usapan
you
na
could
yan
build
eh,
a
like-
house
Yeah.
with just one
songs.
hit. Now, actually, I've computed it. With all the advanced royalties, you need to release 10 songs a month for other artists in order to get paid enough to support a family of 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's
Or-
120 songs na kailangan hits.
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman.
Kasi
Okay. If you sell it, I
you're
guess.
living off of advanced royalties,
Okay.
if you're living off of advanced royalties,
Right,
depending
right.
on the label, you need to sell 5 to 10 songs, not sell. You need to lease 5 to 10 songs
A month. Oh.
So you can earn somewhere around 60 to 100,000 pesos. So that's 5 to 10 songs a month before you can earn that.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're an arranger, you would only need to make you would have to arrange. Let's say you wrote the song, you arranged it, and then you produced it.
So you get all the credits. There.
Yeah, you're probably more covered yung half nun. So you need to just make 2 a month if you would want to like make it sustainable.
Right.
If you're also a producer, you have let's just say you produce an album in a month, you're rich na. I mean, well, not really rich, but I mean like okay ka na.
But you'll survive.
Whereas if you make 1 jingle a month, you're okay ka na.
Right.
Yeah,
jingles are really, jingles pay high. Guys, it's possible in music. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Naging ano rin yun eh. It's one of, it's the bane of every musician's existence. Is the fact that most people don't realize that music makes money. And it's not just playing gigs. Sa isip nila parang, mag-ano ka lang, mag-rock band ka lang.
Yeah.
There's such a thing as jingles.
Scores.
Yeah, scores. Is it? Would you say it's a fairly saturated market, or is there opportunity?
I'm not really sure, pero yeah,
Matagal ka na rin dyan.
yeah.
You just keep making, man. It's okay.
You know what? In essence, it's a saturated market because there's a lot of songwriters.
There's a lot of songs.
There are a lot of songwriters who can actually like make jingles. You just don't know it. You just don't venture into it.
They haven't tried, no?
They haven't tried. Don't
Wow.
try. Don't try.
Give it all to Thyro, man.
Yeah. Mababawasan yung... how else will I buy nice shoes?
No, man, that's how I feel about music in general, right? Like, I wish for more artists to come out with original music because it builds the industry. So
Yeah.
imagine if more jingle writers, like solid songwriters, started doing more jingles. It's gonna make it competitive, yes, but the brands are gonna get better. More people are gonna sing
Yeah.
jingles, and they realize, wow, this
Yeah.
is a money-making industry.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, but then again, don't. I need it all to myself.
Bro, I just have one more question, man. Where do you want to take your life in songwriting in the future? Where do you want it to go?
Well, the ultimate goal is to do something international. Because honestly, if you stay here, you're not gonna make much. So honestly, the ultimate goal is to write for international artists.
Nice.
But you know, siguro in a few years, where do I want to take this? I don't know, man. Siguro in 5 years, I'd still be making jingles. I'd still be writing commercial stuff. Probably when I reach 40, I'll give up singing. I'll just probably be a vocal coach or.
At 40?
Yeah. I don't want to sing at that age. I don't think my body can take it. Yeah. And then and like when you're 40 and you sing about like cutie love songs, and then
Divagay.
yeah.
Yes.
Unless you're like a Brian McKnight who could sing about pussy and it's okay.
Siya lang pwede, man.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he can get away with it. Yeah. Let me show you how your works, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And sorry, I wanted to ask this too. Tips for people who want to pursue and do it all too. Like we just talked about being able to do arranging, songwriting, singing, engineering, and everything. Your best advice for people trying, because it's hard, right? Like to have to do everything.
If you want to do everything, you have to be a special kind of person. Because I don't believe I'm normal.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, when I was a kid, people thought I was, sick in the head.
Talaga?
Yeah, when I was a kid. Because I talk to myself. I don't play with other kids.
Okay.
So, I think when I was really young, I was sort of, I don't know, ADD or something.
Yeah.
No, but for normal people, no. If you want to do it all,
you have to be special.
you have to. It takes some special mentality to do this kind of stuff, because I also remember, when I was in high school, I didn't go out. I was just at home, fiddling with stuff like beatboxing, trying to write songs, making up melodies, studying the guitar. Like, you have to have a lot of time.
Oh.
And if you're a party goer, if you like to go out, you don't have time. It's just simple mathematics. You won't be able to practice all this stuff. So if you want to do all this stuff, have a lot of time. If you can max out your 24 hours, don't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And diligence. You have to be diligent with all you do. You have to have a knack in learning, because not all of this is God-given. I mean, I think the real God-given talent is learning. Like, that's the only talent you need.
Gusto ko yan.
Like, no one is born na magaling magpiano. Na pagkapanganak pa lang magaling magpiano. I think the God-given gift there is the ability to absorb it, to absorb everything. Like, you're born with that skill na madali ka maka-absorb. Once you see something done, hey, I can do that. So, you could recognize that. So, siguro, and I think a lot of people, if not everyone, has the ability to learn. You just need focus.
Yeah.
Like laser focus. Like, let's say, you want to learn how to play a banjo. If you focus like at least an hour a day, I think you're gonna be able to play a song in a few months. Yeah, like that. So just dedicate your time if you want to be an all-around guy. Dedicate your time into learning the craft, and it also applies how far are you willing to go to be better at your craft. Like, I hear people who say na, you know what, you don't need to really study music because music is it's your taste, it's your feeling, and that will come out. Yes, you know what? For me, yes, it is. It also comes from within, but it also matters how far you're willing to go to improve it.
Yeah.
Like, let's say I have a knack for, melody. I can make melody easily. I can think of melodies, but how far am I willing to study to make those better and to explain those to yourselves? Because I'm sure you also play instruments.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that you were already doing, but then you meet a person who can explain what you were doing, and you're like, yun pala yun.
Tama. Theory behind.
Wouldn't it be nice to like know that for yourself?
Yes.
So ayun, siguro advice to people who want to be all around guys is really dedicating time and focus. Yo.
Thank you, man.
All right.
That was amazing. Thyro Alfaro, ladies and gentlemen, on Creative Pickings. Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.